Yeah, we're looking at the Rike Lamella today, guys. Really cool knife that we're going to be checking out. We'll do some size comparisons, profile, and weigh the knife, and then we'll check it out. Let's go ahead and kick it off with some size comparisons. So here it is against the Vosti Raccoon Top Liner Lock and the Civivi Amorite. So this is definitely a big boy. Full-size knife, without a doubt. Couple more size comparisons. Here it is against your Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight and your Spyderco Shaman, which is similar in size to your PM2. Also, these are going to very much mirror your Rat 2 and Rat 1 knives, in case that helps you. So the Lamella is definitely more a full-size knife. Let's use these full-size knives for some profile comparisons. Let's start with the Amorite. Let's see if that extra back spacer piece adds some size to it, and it definitely does. You can see there's more girth there on the Lamella, to be sure, and then we'll check it out against the Shaman, and it is just slightly thicker than the Shaman. What about how it carries in the pocket, guys? Check that out. That thing is wild, but that is how much knife you're going to have left sticking out of the back. And then it is definitely going to be, even with the Shaman, because I'm not using a deep carry clip, always has more left over. But it's definitely going to be more in pocket occupancy just because of the nature of that curve. Let's weigh the knife. I'm curious with that integrated back spacer, clamshell back spacer, how this is going to weigh. So actually coming in at 5.2, so heavier than the Shaman. No, identical to the Shaman. So same weight as the Shaman with the scales and the titanium pocket clip. All right, so this one is a pass round, guys. I'm not going to be doing any heavy cutting with it, but it does feel like this actually has the best geometry out of all the Rike knives. So let's just see here. Yeah, it feels like it has the best geometry. It's curving like that because of how I'm holding the paper. And then just want to feel how it feels going through a little bit of cardboard here. Good bite. Definitely feels like it has the least amount of resistance. Sorry, guys. This cardboard is one of the boxes that got really beat up coming in. So I'm just curious to see how that feels. So yeah, this definitely has the best geometry out of everything. Let me clean this up. Yep, so this one definitely had the best geometry, and the ergos, honest to goodness, are quite surprising. It's comfortable, but there is a lot left over when you choke out, and then kind of back here, which feels very odd and awkward. I just don't feel like the knife was designed to be used like this. I hang off the back. It's not as comfortable, but this is definitely feeling like the way that it was meant to be held and used. So I do appreciate that. The thickness here does help with the ergos too. Very comfortable. The pocket clip on this one here is very interesting. So we'll go with the thick seam first, just to show you what the little ball bearing style pocket clip does. So here you kind of bunch up. I would have thought it would have worked better. And then here it is with a little bit of a thinner inseam and still the same thing. So I just don't, I don't get the incentive behind the ball bearing style other than the look. Pocket clip, not really my favorite. Just don't really like the way that those work. For some reason, there are still on some of these knives out here, and I think it's just a design choice as far as like the look of the knife versus the functionality. So that's one of my complaints. I do like this switch here. It is very interesting. Let me think for a second. I'm pretty sure I locked it, but let me see if I can show you guys. So there is a little pin back there on that back piece, and then when you unlock it, it unlocks it from that pin piece, and then you can take apart the, I think you got to close it first. Hold on. Can't remember. I only did it once. Then you can pull it apart, and then you have access to everything that you need for the disassembly there, as you can see. So it is very interesting. It does have a mated part there, which I think helps keep it from sliding around. And then when you push it in and lock it back down into place, it feels very secure. Doesn't feel like it's moving anywhere. It's hooked in here. It has another piece here that it slides over top of. And you really don't feel that. I've tried looking over the knife. You don't feel any transition spots. Maybe a tiny bit right there. Might feel a little bit something, but it's really hard to tell, and maybe I just don't have it in securely like as well as it should be. And a little bit right here on the bottom, you feel it. Let me just make sure that lock is on completely. Let me unlock it, try to push it down a little and lock it again. Did it move any? No, you still feel it there. So just those tiny little spots there that you find, not bad at all. It's really interesting how this one is designed. I think they did a blasted finish on the M390, which is okay. It looks nice. The thumb studs and the access to the lock bar are really good, and the action is very nice. Thumb stud access, really good as well. Flipper tab works very nicely on this one. So very nicely done. You definitely can use that fuller too. I found that out on a Saturday morning live stream, that works really, really well to kick out. The lockup on here is coming in at 35-40%. It looks like it's like tucked way down in there. And then you do, again, good access to that lock bar. Check out the sounds on this one. Hopefully that comes through on the mic, but it's very interesting. The sounds on it are clicky, but kind of muted. Like there's no carry or follow through on the sounds. And then you got a crown spine on here with really nice jimping. So it's a very interesting piece because of how it's built. It's a very wild design. It's got that Persian sweep going on, and you got that Kaiser Roach handle going on, which actually equates to very comfortable ergos. And with that clamshell piece for the backspacer, they even integrated a spot for the lanyard. So very interesting how this one is done. I like these ones from Rike that came through this time. Like a couple of them had like the hidden screw construction where you couldn't see any of it. And then they've all had very unique thumb studs. Very, very unique thumb studs. This one by far, I think, has the best detent on it. And it doesn't look like Lefty replaced the bearings that I can tell. Let me grab a flashlight and just have a better look. Man, it's really tight tolerances. Super tough to tell if he might. You definitely can't tell from that angle. You can't really tell, maybe from the top. No, I can't see down in there too good. I would definitively say that this is riding on ceramic bearings. I just don't know if it's Delrin or stamped. And unfortunately, because it's a pass around, I can't take it apart. But I am grateful that he has this pass around, because I definitely wouldn't have scored this one, because it is coming in at $355. You guys have to tell me, is that worth it to have that clamshell backspacer? I feel like you can get an integral from Wii for like $40 more. I think they start at $399 for some of their integral knives versus this clamshell. But it is unique because it hides all the hardware, hides all the hardware very much like the Cybertrex did. So I do like that about it. It does make it different, but it comes at a very high cost to do something like that. So it's not going to be something that is attainable for everybody, unfortunately. I do really like this though. It is actually really well made and super interesting and very comfortable when you get it in hand. Very, very pokey tip. Ouch, I think I pushed a little too hard there. It is very, very pokey out on the tip, guys. So be careful with that. So this is definitely going to be fantastic for puncture tasks and things of that nature. Very cool little knife. Alternative recommendations, I'm going to save that on this one. You know, there's definitely some stuff from Kaiser and Civivi and Vosteed. I think the Griffin might be something that you could look at if you want something, you know, unique like this on a budget. It definitely can be had, in my opinion. But this one here would be a pass for me, especially at that price point. But I think even more of an affordable knife, I think this and the Cybertrex would be passes overall for me to add it to my collections. Those designs don't speak to me personally on a personal level, so it wouldn't be something that I would grab. Not to say that I don't have a couple of unique designs, but these are a little bit not me, more so. Anyway, let me know what you thought about these cyber tricks down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I apologize that I can't do more with these pass rounds. I want to respect that they're not my property, but I do appreciate that I get to enjoy checking them out. Thanks for staying this far into the video. It helps the algorithm. Shout out to everyone for liking, commenting, and being subscribed. And a special thank you to those channel members. You guys are amazing for that added support. I appreciate it. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.